gonna move the scope again. There's no clouds in this area, so we're gonna go for it. We're gonna try.
Awesome.
We're gonna go to another object. Oh, we should be dead on. We should be right where we're supposed to be. Yep. Oh my god, I love when this mount actually works. when things actually come together, I'm telling you, it's great. Not when the friggin', you know, before, like, I was like 35 degrees off from everything. So where we're going to next is M51. And Jurgen, you know what M51 is.
Yeah.
The Whirlpool.
It's one of my earliest objects that I was imaging.
Really?
Yeah. It's right after I captured Vega and then
There we go.
I think M3 and then I took M51. Yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna reset the guider. Because now we're gonna get M51. This is the one that I love. I love getting M51. Alright, and then...
So when you're looking at the image in the guide, like the guider, those are just preset images of like what direction you're facing. Like that's what you would see. Like when I'm seeing that spiral Milky Way or that galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just like, that's not what you're capturing right now. That's just...
That's a reference frame.
That's...
Gotcha, okay. Just making sure. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's just the
You have to
reference.
imagine that for several hours before you get...
Yeah. That's what I thought.
And in light pollution, mine will never look like that. Never.
Ron had asked what camera you were using.
Oh, well, the camera on the left is the Canon 1000D. It's a modified DSLR camera, and the camera on the right is the QHY9, and it's a colored CCD camera. And the camera on the left is also using a CLS filter, which is a light pollution filter, and the camera on the right is using a Skyglow filter, which is also a light pollution filter too.
So you said you're processing the last image right now of the evening, or you're...
Yeah. Well, this is the last object of the night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Last object, and then we'll call it a night because I wanted to get through everything that is huge in the Big Dipper, and we did. And we got Mizar, we got Owl, and now we're doing the Whirlpool. I'm not going to M40. I'm not doing it because that's just a waste of time. I'm just not doing it. Because M40 is no joke, it's 2 stars. That's literally what it is.
2 stars. And not even an interesting, like, double star cluster.
No.
Just, like, it's just...
Right,
Yeah.
it's 2 stars. It's M40. It's ridiculous. So I'm like, I'm not even going to try to even find it. Because it's so dumb. Let me get to the middle here. Alright, now I gotta take histogram and blow it out, because then you'll be able to see it. Right there. There you go. With the moon being out, it's definitely going to cause a lot of havoc with the image. But it's there. And of course, mine's oriented the most ridiculous way. Oops.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so it's definitely there.
Yeah. So wait, what is that? Sorry, I got distracted by the chat for a second.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, so when I see a bit of a spiral, is that just the imaging, or is it really like...
Yeah, it's a spiral.
Oh, wow, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really a spiral, and when it's processed, and when it's a really clear night and a moonless night, it's unbelievable. Like the detail. I remember getting this with an 8-inch, and or no, it was 6-inch, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And actually, I'm gonna pull it up because I know where it is. It's on my website. It was probably the best image I ever took of the Whirlpool. I can't type because it's so freaking cold. Where is it on the Canon? It's probably gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be crap. Yeah, it's gonna be crap on the Canon. The Canon camera is just gonna be a bridge camera till I get a monochrome camera. Pretty much that's what it's gonna be. And I'm in the works of getting one. It's taking time. But once I get the monochrome, things are gonna change. Things are gonna change big time. Because Jurgen knows, and he knows that monochrome is extremely more sensitive than a one-shot color camera.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like, I could take, like, no joke, I could take a picture of the Seder complex, and I could go 35-minute exposure, and Jurgen could turn around and do a 3-minute exposure and get more detail than me. So I'd have to shoot 10 to 15 times longer just to try to get close to what he does, because it's so sensitive. Because what's happening is with a colored camera, you have red, green, green, blue, or red, blue, green. You have different colors, and when you're shooting in hydrogen alpha, you're only shooting at a very, very small part, a slice of the spectrum, which means you're wasting all of that light, which means you're only getting a fraction of what you could. With a monochrome camera, you're getting everything. And that's what I want. That's what I'm going to try to get. Maybe someday. Someday. That's right. Just got to keep going. So this is, again, it's just going to be a bridge camera. This has actually turned out really well with the rosette, and it turned out pretty good with the cone. And Ron says, is that an example of a merging galaxy? Yes, it is. That is from one galaxy eating the other. My favorite... Jurgen, have you ever gotten the antenna galaxies?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay.
I had sorry.
Have you...
Talk. I imagined it once with the DSLR, and it's so small, and yeah, it is visible, but it's so small. It's just two smudges next to each other. So antenna that's close to M104, if I'm right. M104.
Yeah.
The sombrero. Yeah. That's close to it.
I think I'm going to make that my mission this summer, is to get the antenna galaxy. But doesn't it sit low in the horizon?
Yeah.
See, that's going to be a problem.
It's definitely low. It's close to how is it called?
Well, I got it here.
Service of
Oh, it's just a little bit east of Sombrero Galaxy. Oh, I'm gonna make it my mission. How will it fit? Oh God, you're right. It's so small. The reason why I brought that up is because Ron asked in the chat room, you know, is that an example for the Whirlpool of emerging galaxy? And antenna is definitely one of emerging.
Whirlpool.
Yeah, because the Whirlpool.
Yeah, they're both how do you call starburst.
Right.
So when two galaxies merge together,
right,
a lot of hydrogen clouds forms two new stars, and all these stars they go to supernovas. So you can expect a lot of supernovas in M51 and also in the antenna galaxy. But the antenna galaxy is a lot farther away.
Right.
That would be something if that was as big as Andromeda. That would be an imaging target.
Yeah, for you it would actually be really good, because don't you have like a 9-inch scope or an 8-inch or something like that?
No, no, it's so small. It's not. I don't consider it really as a imaging target. It's
Oh.
way too small.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it now. It pretty darn tiny. Because the Whirlpool, its apparent size is 13 by 11 arc minutes, which that's not bad. And then antenna, looking at it here. Where the hell is it? Where did it go?
No, I would definitely go for the sombrero. The sombrero is also small.
Sombrero's even smaller, isn't it?
No. Sombrero is brighter. It's quite bright.
It's bright, but it's 8 by 4 arc minutes. So it's even smaller. Reset that.
Charles asked a question earlier, and I don't know if you had answered it because I had spaced out for a second.
Yeah.
But he was asking, can you process color back into the finished image? So I don't know if that was just a general question about finished images, or if it was something you were saying earlier.
Process color back. What do
Yeah.
you mean?
I'm not sure.
What he means by, and I think I know exactly what that is. For what I do is the hydrogen alpha with my one-shot colored, is I extract the red channel to get as much detail as I possibly can, because if you were to do blue and green, it would be virtually nothing. But since it's a one-shot colored camera, it's more sensitive in the red because hydrogen alpha falls in the red spectrum for the light spectrum. In order to get color, I have to rig it. And what I do is I take the red channel, and then I take an image that I took of that same object in red, green, and blue, and then you apply the two together and you mask it. And then you can actually get a colored image. Now, it's not going to be pristine, it's not going to be perfect like you would with a monochrome camera, because Jurgen, if you were to get a colored picture of a monochrome, you need to take images in the red, images in the green, and images in the blue.
Indeed.
And then you have to combine
Also
all.
light.
Yep, and in the light one too, luminance.
Yeah.
So and then you have to do that, and it takes triple the time in order to get an actual colored image. With a one-shot color, what you see is what you get, but it's not going to be as sensitive.
Actually, not. I use luminance to get the best signal to noise ratio.
Right.
For the luminance channel, then use the color, and I only devote part of the time, imaging time, on the RGB channels, and so I optimize for the image quality. I don't need triple time.
Right. So it is doable with a one-shot colored camera. I did it, and Butterfly, I sent you the link to that episode of what I did. I don't know if you watched it or not.
I did, yeah.
Okay, and you saw how I did that with the Pelican?
Yeah.
And it was really neat how I did that, because I did what's called a starless image. So you take the hydrogen alpha image, and then you pretty much subtract all the stars off of it without touching the nebulosity. And then you apply that image onto a red, green, and blue, the actual colored image, and then you just blend it in. And then you can actually see the hydrogen alpha, because what happens is when you're doing the hydrogen alpha image, all stars are white. They're not going to be in color, because you're only taking one color, one filter, one channel. And then you apply that, and then you're actually going to get really nice stars.
Okay, I'm looking at the antenna galaxies. Yeah, it's bigger, but when I take a picture, I only see the two central cores, the streaks.
The streaks are very
next to
faint.
it. Yeah, very faint. Yeah, I don't get that.
What if?
And Charles,
Yeah.
I was just saying, Charles says your second answer is what answered his question, is what he was referring to
Okay.
about the, yeah.
Well, here, what?
You answered.
Let's zoom in. I want to see if Starry Night actually does lunar eclipses. I don't know if they do. Let's see, let's center it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't do it. That's stupid. Super awesome. Love the eclipse. It's going to be awesome. I'll be able to watch it. So if anybody out there in the chat room is going to be streaming it, I'll be watching. I'll be there. And I guarantee you, if it's clear for P and K Science, that'll be epic. Make sure everybody goes out and subscribes to P and K Science. They used to be P and K Space Imaging, but they changed it, so now it's P and K Science. P and K stands for Paul and Keith. Paul is the one who actually does he actually has a telescope and actually sets up on top of a garage in Miami, Florida. No joke. That's exactly what he does. It's crazy.
Oh wow.
And then Keith is the one that actually streams it from there. So Paul handles the telescope and everything, and then they actually stream it onto YouTube. So they do a great job. They do an absolutely phenomenal job.
So what are we right now? What are you working on? Because I got so distracted. So
we're still taking images. I mean, we got it on the left and the right. The left one's going to be absolute garbage because it's such a wide field, and it's a Canon camera on a 60mm scope, so it's going to be really, really, really tiny. And with the moon being 80% full, not really going to get much on the left screen.
okay.
On the one on the right, same thing. We're still taking 5-minute images, one after another. We're up to... We just took our 12th one, I think. Oh, no. Oh, never mind. This is our first one. This is our first 8-minute image.
Oh.
So let's see if I can pull up more detail here. Oh, yeah. There's more detail. And the stars still look pinpoint, so you can really, really see the spiral. That's crazy. So this was Journey Through the Big Dipper. Which is super awesome.
It is very awesome.
And I can't feel my feet.
Oh my god.
I don't even want to know what the mount looks like.
Oh man. When you bring it in, is it like usually covered in like frost and...
Oh god, yeah. Oh, it's going to be frosted from top to bottom.
Oh my gosh. And that doesn't do any damage to the mount or the camera, like when
No.
when it defrosts?
Well, I have dew heaters on all the cameras, all the scopes, everything. Everything's got all dew heaters. So,
Okay.
and I have them cranked to absolute max. So they're all warm, so they won't freeze. And the fact that
Okay,
they're
good.
on won't freeze them, which is good. The LCD screen on the actual mount probably won't work. But when it warms up, then it'll be fine. Anything like if you take your cell phone outside and it's like 0 degrees, you notice that it lags.
Yeah.
Same thing with an LCD screen. The LCD screen is what I use for my hand controller to move the mount. Well, I'm moving it from the actual computer. So if I was sitting outside and tried to move it, the numbers would be like stuck because it'd be so cold and the LCD screen wouldn't work. But once I bring it inside, because what I'll do is I'll bring it inside and let it sit for a while, still running the camera, still running everything, so that way the ambient temperature, it levels off.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because you don't want it to do that. So I'm going to leave it inside for at least 20 minutes and then I'll head upstairs. So we'll take one more image here, because this is the last 8-minute image here on the right. And it's halfway, so right at midnight, it's going to be done. Butterfly, have you ever seen a lunar eclipse before?
I have actually, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there was one 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. That was for here. and it was just so cool.
Oh.
But it was just so weird. It was like it wasn't bright, and it was like a pale red, and it just looked weird.
Yeah, I remember that one. I think that's the only one I've seen since I've lived in New York. I do remember that the one from 2 years ago, but I think all the other ones I've seen, I was in Massachusetts one summer, and I saw one when I lived in California, when I was visiting friends in the Midwest. So I think the 2 years ago was the first time I've ever seen one since being a New Yorker. So it was the only one I've ever seen. So if I get to see the one on the 20th, even though I think you said it's supposed to snow where you are, but I don't know if it's going to be cloudy on the west side. I mean, on the east side of New York, the state. So if I do get to see that one, it'll be my second one since being a New Yorker.
I'm actually gonna take a look. I'm actually gonna pull it up for you and see
Okay.
what your weather is for. It's clear where you are, by the way.
Oh, good. Okay, so I'll go on my roof then. I'll get to go on my roof and see it.
It's 34 degrees where you are too.
Yeah, which is still cold, but it's warmer than it is for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sunday night, partly cloudy and windy.
Okay.
So you might be able to get it. It's possible. It says partly cloudy, so it should be bright enough. You should be able to see it.
Nice. But I definitely am going to go up on my roof.
So the last image is done here on the right-hand side, so we'll get to see if the stars moved. They shouldn't have moved too much because the guider's been at 0.45 for a while, so... Yeah, didn't move at all, and actually it looks about 1,000 times better. That is incredible.
Oh, nice.
That is really, really cool. And that was the last 8-minute image. Super awesome.
How many 8-minute images did you do?
2.
2.
So this was the second one. So I did a bunch of 6, and then I just did the last 2, which were 8. And looking at the top left of the screen, we got it just in time. Look at the finder.
Brilliant. Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's like just on the edge, and it's coming this way, so it's coming back. So we got it. It's midnight. We did it. We figured it out.
Wow.
Got it.
It's a brilliant image, and I guess since there's that slight delay with so I just saw the cloud coverage in the viewfinder, so I keep getting not as big as it was before, but it was a slight delay. So
Yeah.
I'm seeing it on YouTube at this very moment.
Exactly. So I think we're gonna pack it in. I think Jurgen is like doing something in the background. I don't know even if he knows if he's still here.
I'm just back.
Oh my God, you're back!
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Sleeping.
no taking
You're
a
working
coffee.
on.
Jurgen, happy
taking a-
Thursday!
Yeah.
Of course, it's been
Yes,
Thursday.
Thursday, no.
It's been Thursday for a while for you.
Yeah.
But yes, it is Thursday. Woohoo!
What did I missed?
What's up?
What did I missed?
You didn't really miss much. We were just talking about the lunar eclipse and talking about how freaking cold it is out here, and we're just about to wrap up here, pretty much, because it's midnight.
Yeah, I go to work within within an hour. So
That's crazy.
yeah, I go early now.
Yep. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. But I think we did fantastic tonight.
Yeah, we tested out the sound too, and we got all that stuff figured out. So you
Yeah.
captured some incredible images.
We did a wonderful journey through the Big Dipper, which is fantastic.
Yes. I had fun, so I'm glad you asked me to help with the testing of the sound. So I had a good time and chatting with everybody in the chat and the awesome, objects you captured and shared with us. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. And I want to thank everyone who has been out in the chat. I'm telling you, this is the most people we've had in the chat room ever. I don't think at one point I thought I saw 21.
Yeah, it got up there. Yeah.
And that is fantastic. And I'm telling you, 2019 is going to be huge. 2019 is going to be big. We're going to get some clear nights. We're going to get more guests on. We're going to get a lot more people to talk, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to end it. So we're going to end the broadcast. So thank you, Butterfly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jurgen.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get you back on soon. We don't know when the next clear night's going to be. We have no idea.